Hey everybody, it's EK from EK Gorman Designs, and I am coming in here not only with a head cold, but a one-sheet wonder mystery pack from White Rose Crafts. I'm going to make 10 cards today using one sheet of 12 by 12 paper and one sheet of 8.5 by 11 paper. So I'm using the Craft Creations Violet Tartan and the ASPIRE Petallics Pure Gold. My boss and I came up with an idea a while ago we came to the conclusion that crafters, especially card makers, are afraid of 12 by 12 papers. So she started sending me mystery packs. I have no idea what's in them until I open them, and then I create as many cards as I can using just that one piece of paper and some accent papers. I will be real honest, I used scraps of gold metallic paper because the 8.5 by 11 sheet wasn't quite enough, and I had some pure gold scraps laying around from my last mystery pack. So yeah, here we go. I'm assembling them. I've trimmed everything up. I had a template. I have some templates for one sheet wonder type pages, and I picked one with all straight lines, so everything's rectangles and squares. There's no diagonals this month. There's no funky. They're all just kind of squarey. But I love the way the tartan pattern, this violet tartan, it's a really masculine print. Tartans to me always say masculine, but with the purple hue, it stops being masculine. So what do you do when you have a really masculine print and a color that doesn't tend toward masculine ideas? So I really had fun playing around with the concept of how do you create cards when you've got a feminine color and a masculine feel. And it created, I think, some really fun collection of cards today. You'll notice this is the card I fought around with the most. These are, what, 5-inch pieces by 1 inch. So finding the right, measurement for them was a little bit of a challenge. But I got there in the end, and I love the way the three of them play. I didn't adhere down that piece of gold strip because I knew where I was going with it, but I knew I also would need it free-floating. If you've never used, by the way, the Petallics, it's the ASPIRE Petallics cardstock. It is the most perfect accent cardstock. It's got a really gorgeous shine and metallic feel to it. It's got a great weight. It's die cuts like a dream. And I always get excited when I get to use it for accents because it just, look how it makes this paper sing, right? It's just gorgeous. I was afraid of ending up being a little boring looking because the tartan pattern is so repetitious, and once you see it, you know it, but I don't think my cards in any way, shape, or form look repetitious. So to go on top of these cards, I actually pulled out the DoCrafts Roald Dahl collection, and these are the decoupage sheets that you can actually build up with 3-dimensional tape. And this is the theme for Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. We are big, big, big Roald Dahl fans in my house, so I have always been in love with the Roald Dahl collection that White Rose Crafts carries. And I thought the purple, that masculine feel with feminine color, that the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory actually would play off of it really, really well between the purple and the gold. And I love that there's actually kind of a purpley hint to the factory here. So for this first one, I showed you how to build it up. You just use little squares and build it up. And to finish this card, I took the factory, adhered it down to one of my more plain card stocks, built Charlie up with some 3-dimensional tape, and added him to the card, and did the same with Willie and a sentiment. And I love how playful this card is. I think this is a great card for a teacher, especially an English teacher, or a kid who enjoys Roald Dahl like mine do. It's kind of a great anytime card. Now I'll let you know, for my collection today, 4 of my cards went with a Roald Dahl theme, and the other 6 cards went with another theme. I can only build so many of these decoupage. I love the decoupage collections because all the thinking's there for you. All you have to do is tediously build them up. However, it's such a repetitious thing that my ADHD goes nuts, and I only can do a handful of them at a time before I kind of go crazy. For the second card in this set, I used another of the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Whoa, English. I used another one of the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory decoupage and built it up on them with the book page and the chocolate, and I really think it's just fun. There's, again, if you enjoy this kind of whimsy, I think there's a lovely playfulness to it that makes it just joyful. I'm shifting gears a little bit, and I'm pulling out a different Roald Dahl collection. This, the BFG and Friends, has the Fantastic Mr. Fox in it. It has the alligator and elephant, and I don't know that story, so you're going to have to totally forgive me. And it also has the BFG in it. So my first card uses the Fantastic Mr. Fox, as well as some of these metallic from Kai. I love these little stones. I think they really give a nice oomph to the whole project. This one, for the fourth card, I am using the BFG, and I love the BFG. There is something so wonderful about it to me. The whole story to me is just such a lovely story, and so seeing her and him together on a card just kind of makes me happy. So this completes the 4 cards to the Roald Dahl collection from today's collection of Violet Tartan. So like I said, 4 of the cards are going to be these decoupage sheets, and the next 6 cards, well, I took a look at what I had, and I had a whole bunch of playfulness, different looks, so I pulled out this vintage recipe paper pack from Memory Place, and I pulled out these vintage ice cream, I guess, ephemera. Like, I trimmed them down like they were from a ephemera. They've got a really great weight to them, so they're really sturdy, and they're almost slick. Like, you know how there's some prints that are slick? This is an almost slick print. And I loved how kind of these vintage colors played so nicely with both the gold and the purple. While they don't necessarily have purple in them, I think I kept them gender neutral. I was able to play with this masculine print and this feminine color and make a card for anybody using these vintage ice cream cones. Because again, what person doesn't like ice cream? Except for maybe the lactose intolerant, and even they, I know, sometimes splurge. So I put all these ephemera sheets onto the card and then added some bling. I pulled out some of White Rose Crafts Abracadazzler mixes. These are really fun ball mixes in different colors and sizes, and I added a couple of them to the card. They actually, believe it or not, despite being balls, adhered very, very nicely to the card. So there's the first of this 6-card collection. I pulled out the Shoreline mix, which has kind of got a peach and a pale blue and a white for this card, and added them to the corner, and then the last minute decided to give this ice cream cone a bit of a cherry topper because it needed a little something something. And I think it's fun. I think the stripes and the ice cream go beautifully with the tartan, even though technically they don't match at all. For the 3rd card, I pulled out the KaiserCraft rhinestone. They're the flower rhinestones. These are in blue, and I just think they're very playful and fun. The fourth card, I used some of the Want to Scrap adhesive pearls, and I did it, and this is in a navy, and I just thought the color was so bold and striking on this whole card. And I really do love how the Aspire Pure Gold just kind of shimmers and sings and makes the whole project seem special. This card, I pulled out some more of the Want to Scrap adhesive pearls, this time in lavender, and played with those on the card. It's amazing how some of these adhesive pearls just add that little bit the card seems to be missing. For the last card, I pulled out some more rhinestones, this time in pink. Some more of the floral rhinestones, I guess, in pink, and added them to the card. So here is this collection of 6 cards. And again, they've got that lovely vintage feel, and I think the tartan's perfect with it. I hope you got a real kick out of seeing the 10-card collection that I used for my mystery pack today. Let me know in the comments below which of the 10 cards is your favorite, and what you would have done on a plaid pattern with a feminine color. How would you have played with today's mystery paper? Let me know in the comments below, and until then, happy crafting, everybody!